This conference will now be recorded.
An organization needs ITOM. Why? What is the necessary of it? So, if I must say, as in, if I'm running an organization myself, I would want to know an overview about what is happening towards my infrastructural investment that I have made. Am I getting any returns, a good returns on investment, or am I wasting my money, or how efficient am I using it? Do I need to upgrade those, or all those things that we can possibly do with the help of a complete ITOM implementation? So just to talk about one example before we uh, pitch in, I'm pretty much sure everybody of you are using some broadband connections. And again, recently, this is something that I came to know via one of ServiceNow meetups, developer meetups, or success story meetups, which are again free for anyone to attend. So there, Airtel was sharing their success story about how they implemented ITOM in their environment. And I was surprised to see that because earlier days I didn't know that Airtel on the backend for their operations they are using ServiceNow because there was a service outage for me. I'm using Airtel broadband again. It can be anything, but just for an example, even you can see or ask other people about their experience on it. My personal experience is when I had an outage, when I tried to open the Airtel app, I was able to see that there was a ticket already created for me saying, uh, we observe that there is an internet outage in your area, and this is the ticket. And it is just in my house because my neighbors were having internet. So it is intelligent enough to understand that there is a internet outage, but my mobile was connected to internet. So it is still connected to the Wi-Fi, but Wi-Fi is not able to ping. So that is the scenario I was facing, and yeah, this was before I know that Airtel had an operations management done by ServiceNow. But after I came to know, I came to an understanding that everything is happening with the help of ITOM implementation. And how do they do that? First is CMDB implementation. It cannot be implemented CMDB management. Uh, so to do that, my assumption is they have a perfect discovery that can populate even my router information into their database. That is one. And once they have discovered it successfully, they have created a map in such a way that whenever there is an outage, it will show which area, who is impacted, how many users are impacted, what are the underlying services that are getting impacted. So this is the help of service mapping. Then comes event management. This is where the monitoring solution comes into picture because I have an Airtel app and that is going to act as a event triggering point. So whenever I'm connected to my Airtel broadband Wi-Fi, and if that Wi-Fi ping is failing, if my mobile internet is working, it is automatically creating a sending a ticket, sending an event, triggering an event to ServiceNow. And by that way, with the help of event management, I can process that event, create an alert, and ultimately I can create an incident. That incident can be assigned to a specific engineer who needs to actually pick it up. So even before I know that my internet is down, all this is happening in the backend, and this is the power of operations management that we can achieve with the help of ITOM implementation. So it's just a quick example. Again, it's one of my experiences that I have come across. Again, it's a very real-time example. Uh, I've even seen their success story. Probably, I think it was in the November meetup, Delhi meetup. Yeah, it's really awesome actually. Since it's all virtual world, we are able to go everywhere and everything. I was there and I attended Delhi meetups, Bangalore meetups, Pune, Chennai, everything. Probably, if you guys haven't, I recommend trying out those. It's really informative. That said, yeah, so I'll quickly talk about CMDB and asset in this demo. So there are various ways that data can be populated into CMDB. The ServiceNow best practices with the help of discovery, but before that, discovery, service mapping, event management, they are all going to rely on the data in the CMDB. And you must be aware that CMDB is part of the base platform. So CMDB does not fall into ITSM, ITOM, and all those things. So when we say CMDB, it's again something that is part of the platform. You cannot tag it against something, some module. It's part of the base platform. That is why CMDB is called as a base table. The same goes with the task. You can attach it with each and every module actually. So taking another example, uh, if I'm an organization, I want to hire 10 employees. So let's say I've hired 10 employees and they are about to join tomorrow. So what will I do? As a HR, I should create a service request. Say I need 10 laptops for my 10 employees who are about to join. So here we are touching the service request again. Service request, we can say it is part of ITSM. Then what happens? It will check in the stock rooms if these laptops are available or not. So where is stock rooms and all those things coming? It touches the asset management. So again, if it's not available in the stock rooms, automatically it should create a procurement order. So that is the purchase order, POs. It can be an integration placed with a vendor. It could be Amazon, Flipkart, for example. It could be anyone. So then again, here we have procurement. Once we have these laptop, again it goes back into the inventories. So again, asset management. Once it's back, it will be allocated to the employees. Once employees started using, they can ideally create a case or an incident. Say my keyboard is not working. At that point of time, I'll create an incident. Similarly goes for other modules also. I can create a change. Uh, Say I need to change my RAM, it's not working properly, or I need to upgrade my RAM. Again, that will be a different story. But ideally, all these are coming as part of the platform. And when I say this laptop is there in the asset management, as well as it will be considered as a CI. So we need to be aware of how the platform is working and how the platform is built in a way for other modules to support. So we just talked about asset and CMDB and how it is being interlinked with the service request, incident management, and all those. So similarly, discovery, service mapping, and event management are also dependent on CMDB. So to get even more understanding, the platform is keeping asset and CI in a pretty close synchronization. So if there is a asset created, a CI will get created, and if there's a CI getting created, an asset gets created. So to quickly show you, in both the tables, we do have a business rule tagged against themselves, where in CMDB, we can see there will be a business rule that says create an asset on creation of a CI when it meets certain condition. So it's pretty straightforward one. But is why it is creating an asset whenever there is a CMDB CI getting created? Why do they have two different tables? This has struck me a lot of times, and this is my understanding. Again, I can go by textbook terminologies, but that never gave me any hope on convincing customers to use these modules. But yeah, so if I must say why two tables for a single record, again, if I open the asset also, I'll have a create CI on insert in the asset table. Again, there will be certain condition. If it's met, it will definitely go ahead and create them. Again, there is another scripting flow that will keep both the asset and CI in sync. Certain fields, not all. There's a table for field mapping also. So yeah, but coming back to why two tables. So, let's roll back to that example where I said about the laptop. Um, Whenever I'm creating, or let's say whenever I'm purchasing something and keeping an inventory which is not going to be operational, so the laptop is not yet operational. It is still in the inventory. It has not been given to the employee for the employee to do his operations. So at that point of time, the laptop is non-operational. So any device or a thing that is not operational, we can consider them as asset. And anything that is operational, we can say that as a CI. Even a desk, even a chair, and all those. But the capability of ServiceNow, it can discover only IP-enabled devices. So when we talk about discovering, that will fall into discovery. But I can manually populate this data using an integration or manual entry or Excel sheet entry. But anything that is operational, a table or a chair will become operational when anybody is using it. But when I'm keeping it in an inventory, that will become an asset. Going by the textbook terminology, even if I open any asset or a CI, if I open an asset, I'll be mostly seeing financial definitions or financial attributes, the things related to finance. So it talks about, yeah, these are the general things. Mostly, if you observe, there aren't much technical terminologies defined. It's all financial. What is the invoice number? What is the cost? What is the depreciation for it? What is the contract? And all these. But if you observe here, I do have the configuration item here. So this configuration item is nothing but the relevant CI for this asset. So I can open that record also. If I see this, I'll be seeing only technical attributes. So if you see all the OS information, disk space, what is the model ID, computer, RAM details, what are the softwares installed in it, what are the running process, serial numbers, all these are technical terminologies. These will be available in the CMDB CI. So yeah, but the states and certain fields are kept in sync between these two records. Again, these two are pointing out to the same record. It's an Apple MacBook Pro. Again, this is also an Apple MacBook Pro, but they have various information for various other management purpose. So if I create a CI, if I create an incident for a CI, as a support engineer, I should work on the CI. I should know what that particular laptop is. So as a support engineer, I'll not be looking into this record because this is not going to help me. I'll have to look into this record to know what is the OS patch level, what kind of troubleshooting should I do. And again, a different set of record will be used in the place of inventory management. So if I'm creating a service request against this Apple MacBook Pro, it will not show me the CI. Of course, I will have a provision to show a CI, but ideally speaking, it should point out to me this asset record which is available in the inventory. Again, if you see, it says in stock. We have a state in stock. I can select the stock rooms and other things. So ideally speaking, if I'm going to create a service request for a MacBook Pro, it will show me all the assets that are available in the state stock, which I can assign it to the employees who are about to join. So these are the two different records for the same table, and this is all managed out of the box. There's nothing you need to do when it comes to an asset and CA mapping until or unless there is a need or requirement. So on a platform level, uh, this is going to happen, and most of our training will also start with the CMDB basics. We'll try to understand how the platform is created in the base, how it allows data into the CMDB, and we'll see how that is being used by the other modules in ITOM. We'll quickly start with discovery. We'll talk about the prerequisites, basics. Uh, we'll have an example around probe sensors and pattern. And once we are at a good pace of understanding discovery, we'll pitch into service mapping. I have a dummy application set up in my machine. We'll try to map that application and we'll try to monitor that. We'll create, I have some backend scripts, PowerShell scripts, which I can use to create events that I can send it to ServiceNow, which will act as an event source. And we'll create an alert. We'll see how that alert can be automated into creating an incident. So on an overview, this is what we'll be covering, and I'll try to take a pass here. So this is all I have for the demo session. If there are any questions, queries, do let me know. Not specifically on the topics that I've discussed, but in general, if there are any questions regarding the training on how it will be, or what will be the agenda, or if you'd like to add something more to the agenda, or what else is your expectation, is all uh, can be shared now. But yeah, I'm all ears right now. Any questions, any queries? I'm up for it. I'm up for it.
Yeah, hi. This is Balu.
Hey, Bolo, please go ahead.
And are you going to cover? Yeah, are you going to cover orchestration here in this course?
No, uh, that will be done separately. So as part of this package, we are going with the bare minimum basic to understand how ITOM works.
Okay, in that case, so you're going to cover CMDB, Discoverer, and mapping, service mapping only.
Yeah, service mapping and event management. So we are leaving out
Even.
orchestration, cloud discovery, and all those things.
Okay. Okay.
How
Hi,
about that
Balaji.
ITOM lab?
Uh,
Hi, this is Venkat.
hey, Venkat, please go ahead.
How about that ITOM lab? Because I came to know like the lab will be difficult for the like say like not like instance, and it will be difficult for the what you say like
Yeah, I got
normal
your
users.
yes,
Hmm.
yes. So it should not be a problem. We can try and set it up in your local machine also. But if you want to play around, what we can do is, let's say you have your instance, personal developer instance itself. We can perform discovery. We can do a dummy application mapping. We can even do event management implementations. All these can be done in your local machine. But if you like to play around, I do have a certain set of activities that we can try and discover the other participants' device, and probably we can do a monitoring of their device, and we can even do a application mapping for which an application is running on the other participants, let's say a laptop or something like that. But yes, it's pretty much doable. Of course, labs are a little difficult, but we were again on the budget constraint. We are not provisioning servers. I can take up some servers from GCP or AWS, but ever since this COVID situation started, they price hiked like anything. It was on a business level, it has come down, but when we do it for this training purposes, the costing is really high. But if needed, we can provision those also, but on a high level, when this is capable of, when we are capable of doing it in local machines or doing it with other participants, I see the need for not having all those.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And as you previously said, like ITOM won't be covered much. Like all the ITOM packages you told, like Discovery, CMDB, asset management, everything will be covered. ITOM will be how many days it will take for completion of ITOM? Like is it like
Yeah, as I said, we'll be covering CMDB more towards ITOM perspective and discovery, service mapping, and event management. So on a rough scale, it would take anywhere around 25 to 30 hours. So if you are doing 1 hour per day, you can say it will take me 1 month.
thank you.
Hey Balaji, I was told that there are two variants of your program. One is the live interactive sessions, and the other one is the library mode, wherein the recorded sessions are already uploaded and folks can go and access them. So is this the third variant that you guys have introduced, wherein there is live interaction without lab?
No. I think there was a mix up on that. But mostly talking about live, of course, we'll be doing this in our local machines. I don't have permissions to show a live environment. We'll be trying to setting up the environment ourselves, either locally or with the help of procuring some machines, virtual machines if needed. And all those sessions will be recorded, which you can use it for lifetime. So certain sessions are recorded already, which I'm not sure if it's privileged to be shared, but every participant who will be joining as part of our class will be entitled to have their sessions recording available for lifetime.
Okay, so it's like an interactive mode wherein the sessions that you are conducting while we are also
Yeah,
attending your lectures, so those lectures will be recorded and then it will be available to us for lifetime.
exactly.
So alongside that, are there any lab sessions as well, wherein the concepts that you are going to explain, we can then go back and do some hands-on on those concepts? Will there be
Yeah.
any exercises, etc., that will be, yeah?
Yes, exactly. So most of our labs do have a dependency because we see the connectivity, right? Like how I just talked about one module or one record being connected to multiple modules. So similarly, we do have that connectivity from discovery to service mapping to event management. So uh, these labs are sort of connected, whatever we do, and it is recommended that either you guys follow up with us or we do have some dedicated sessions to focus on troubleshooting if there is any issue doing those labs. So yes, we do have certain labs. I do have some documentations to follow those, but certainly these labs which I will be doing as part of our session will be recorded. As we just said, all the session will be recorded including those, and if you are having any difficulty, you can follow the docs which I'll be sharing, as well as we'll be having a dedicated query session where we'll be trying to troubleshoot or fix if you're stuck anywhere.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, that's it. As I was just saying, we'll be trying to focus more on our local setup, uh, or else, as I just said, we can try and discover the other participants laptop or virtual machine or a device. So the bare minimum expectations or prerequisite, if I must say, for the training would be a Windows machine, um, a personal developer instance with all the three plugins activated. Maybe you can even have a demo data if you'd like to play around more. So apart from this, you won't even have to know much about ServiceNow because we'll not be talking about all those. We'll straight away start with the basics of ITOM and how things work. But yeah, that's it.
Hey
I'm looking
Balaji,
for.
you said Windows machine. So someone using a Mac machine, could there be an hindrance?
It should not, ideally, but in a Mac, you'll not be able to install a mid server. You'll have some difficulty in playing around that. But if that's your case, probably I can set up a mid server for you in my machine. You can run a discovery against my machine or any other participant's machine.
Okay, fine.
But yeah,
Thank you.
there will be some difficulty in doing in a Mac.
All right, got it.
Yeah. Okay, so if there aren't any more questions, we can wind up here, and probably can touch base with the organizers on how we can proceed further for this batch.
Yeah, thanks Balaji. Good introduction. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks all for joining. Probably we'll connect again, starting our sessions. And yeah.